Hello, all my Libras. Welcome to your freedom reading. And the purpose of this reading is we're going to be asking the Creator, what can I look at in order to give myself more freedom? What are my blocks to having more freedom in my life, in all areas of my life? What's keeping me in this chaotic storm instead of moving into the I where there's peace and love and joy and laughter and more freedom? What type of cycles am I on that makes me feel like I'm on this merry-go-round, getting dizzy, repeating things over and over and over? And what can free me from some of those cycles that I'm tired of experiencing? So that's what we're going to look at today. And before we jump in, I do want to thank the Creator for being here. We're just so grateful for your presence and that you do want to be involved in every second of our life. You desire it. You don't feel you have to. It's something that brings you joy to experience our lives with us. And that each of those moments isn't to judge us and to compare, how we're doing and taking note to judge us later or anything like that. It's all full, each moment of your unconditional love that you have for us. And you are experiencing life for us, and you're not punishing us by having things happen to us. We're so grateful for your presence and for your unconditional love. We also welcome our large group of support on the other side, all those beings of unconditional love and light. We also welcome you and thank you for helping bring through messages as well. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Archetype cards by Carolyn Miss. We're just going to see what the Creator would like all of my Libras to know about their freedom. So that is where we will begin. All right, Creator, what do you want Libras to know about their freedom, please? All right. And they are telling me that top one is the one. And we got child nature, and then there's light attributes, and then there's shadow attributes. And so here's the little picture here, and we'll look at the shadow attributes first, because that's what's shadowing us from our freedom. And this is the tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. So that is the shadow and the experience that is blocking. Once we transform that, the freedom that it brings is friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. So what I'm feeling from this, of course, this is not you, by the way, that is doing those things, abusing animals, people, and the environment. What is blocking that freedom and that flow of freedom is that you have witnessed people abusing animals, people abusing people and the environment, or you yourself were the recipient of that abuse. So one of my triggers of my human form is ever hearing of a child or an innocent, like animals are innocent, children are innocent, they can't protect themselves. And when those types of abuses are imposed on them, it does just tear my heart in half, it feels like. And so, most of our compassionate human side, it's our spirit coming through too, feels that way. So first of all, you are loved, and I'm so sorry if you had to experience those things. And just know, as I mentioned when I started, that this wasn't happening to you as punishment for any reason. And eventually, I know it's hard, you will see that life happened for you. And you'll be able to look at back on some point, either in this life or after, and see how those experiences intertwined with the tapestry of this amazing adventure and journey of life. Whether it was experiencing these, things that we see as horrible in our human form, in order to understand more fully its opposite. Or if you experienced it and you were able to see the strength and your endurance, you're here with us now, obviously watching this. So you are not just a survivor, but you're a thriver. You have been through hell and back, and you are still with us, having the strength to face every day. And in experiencing that, it also gives you the ability to help others who are going through that now or have gone through that. You can be a source of comfort and hope and strength for them as well by sharing your experiences, by sharing, the love you have now and the understanding that you have now. What I like about this light attribute when it talks about friendship with animals, the strength card in tarot has a woman and a lion on it, and the standard tarot anyway, and she's like either putting her hand in the mouth or comforting the lion somehow, and she's not whip and chair trying to suppress and destroy the lion. The lion represents our animal side, our fight or flight, our the non-thinking side. It's just the reactionary piece of us. It's our passions and our urges and our reactions, that fight or flight. So when we feel unsafe, we either run or we fight. And so I really feel that when you face and understand that situations that you saw or that happened to you, and through that process of understanding that, those perpetrators or those people who do things in our life are doing it out of their own fears, either because it happened to them and that's what they were taught and conditioned over generation from generation, or they were feeling out of control, and that's how their mind, their animalistic, fears guided them to try to feel in control and try to feel power, and when you realize that, the woman in the strength card is our higher self, our being, we are powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love. And when we're in that place and we can look at that higher view and see things from a whole different perspective, we understand that wasn't personal towards us, even though it happened to our person, our human side, but that it was what was going on in that individual. It's like, a monkey throwing poo and you just happen to be standing closest when it was throwing the poo. I don't know why I had that picture in my head, but there you go. So, looking back and looking at, this situations that happened as, children, because it's all about child and nature, that we can, that comforter, instead of a lion, our animal side becomes more of a bunny rabbit instead, like in this picture here. Okay. I'm also going to pull a card here from the the Oracle of the Seven Energies. This is from Colette Baron Reed. And we'll see what else the Creator would like you to know about your freedom. All right, Creator, what else do you want our Libras to know about their freedom, please? And I love it. Here's a child holding on to hope in their heart. And it's called Wish Upon a Star. And it's number 39. Let's see all the stars around there. And let me read from the book here with this here. I mean, just intuitively, there's, this reminds me of the star card in Tarot too, which represents hope, right? And I know that is what we need as children when things happen to us, right? When our lives seem so dark, we need the hope. And stars only shine when it's dark outside. And so, it's difficult for our human minds in the beginning to understand that we wanted darkness so we could see and experience the stars, in that night, to see the moon glowing, in the night sky, and to see and understand that even in the darkest times, we do have hope. And so this darkness that surrounds this child, there's all these points of hope, that really kept you going too. But just know that there, and even in the darkest times, there's always the bright light. And then, the big star is in the heart, which is where we find the unconditional love of the Creator of all things. It's where we discover who we really are. Because as these external things disappoint us, and can create situations where we see and feel and witness harm, that they eventually keep pointing us inward until we do discover that stable, trustworthy love that exists within us. The energy that comes around this card is about intentions based on your desires and aspirations. The act of consciously committing to a vision, sacrificing something of value, gambling on yourself, trusting that dreams can become reality, and the importance of daydreams. And it says, do you believe your dreams can become real, or do you shrug them off and chide yourself for being unrealistic? What if you could trust that the world around you holds promise you have not yet realized? Perhaps the point all along is not how something can happen, but the power of wishing and intending. We humans have multiple ways to ritualize owning a dream we want to see manifest in physical form. Think of a wishing well. You infuse a coin with your intention, tuning into the feeling of having a particular experience, and then tossing the coin into the well symbolizes the act of letting the how go, walking away and allowing the universe to do its part in the co-creative partnership. Another method is to wish upon a star. In doing so, you also look back to our origins, for we are made of stardust. Today, allow yourself to dream and play with different realities, even if it seems impossible. If it calls you and feels good, why not choose it? Wish upon a star, then live as if your wish were already true. Know that those beautiful dreams you have been nurturing are in the process of becoming real. Don't forget that the act of wishing, dreaming, and intending is more important than figuring out the how. It shows the universe you're serious about playing the game of life and you trust the essence of the partnership. Remember, every dream you believe in and hope for is a call to a twinkling star. The answer will come sometimes swiftly, sometimes slowly. No wish is ever wasted. I love that. And what really stood out for me as well is this co-creative message that your life, in your life, you're not alone. that you have, the Creator and this large group of beings of unconditional love and light that support you and want to be there and help you. All these stars here too represent this cluster of all these beautiful beings on the other side that are with you every second of every day, and you're never, ever alone. They always look at you with such loving, accepting, embracing eyes, because their love for you is unconditional. And I'm sure something will come out here, but about connecting to them, taking time to get in a place of unconditional love and peace and joy and laughter. That's the vibration that they exist at. They always hear you when you call out to them, but to hear from them, focus on the positive, focus on those things that raise your vibration to where you can be on the same frequency and hear their whispers. Otherwise, you're in this noise of this earth, and you can't hear that over the noise because it's so loud here. Excuse me. We're also going to pull a card here from the Path of the Soul Destiny cards. Let's see what else the Creator would like you Libras to know about your freedom. All right. What else would you like them to know, please? That master number 44. And I love all the yellows on here too. And this to me looks like an angelic being with a halo, a glow around it. I almost look at these like those ink blot tests where it's like, what do you see? Because that is your spirit talking to you. And we'll see what the card represents here. But yeah, master number 44 is a powerful number. It's a power number, and 4 plus 4 is 8, which 8 is the strength card in the tarot. Yep, birth of angels. So you are surrounded with loving support of the angelic realm, just like I was talking about. You play an important role on Earth in uplifting the consciousness of the planet. The angels are here with you to help in every way they can. Remember, you have not been abandoned here. You are not alone on this journey. You can't make this up. Your gifts are very special and, yes, very needed. These divine beings are here with you to aid you in becoming who you are truly meant to be. Now you will see your path opening more than ever before. So if there was any doubt, that's exactly what I just said. Perfect. I love that. I love how they make themselves known. They just want you to know that. They are here. You're never alone. They're here to help. Excuse me. Next, we're going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers deck. And we're going to see what additional information or confirmation validation the Creator has for my lovely Libras. All right, Creator, what else do you have for our Libras, please? Okay. And that one. Okay. Apologies, let me just grab some water here. Thank you. Got a little frog in my throat. So sorry about that. Yep, got the Queen of Pentacles. And I love this because the Pentacles is all about the physical world, and it can be, possessions and money, but also just the experience of that. And she's kind of known as Mother Nature with child nature, and connecting to nature. She's the nurturer, a lot like the Empress card in the tarot as well. And I love about the Pentacles is the 4 lower points of the star are the 4 elements of, earth, air, fire, and water. But the top pentacle point here is spirit. And so it's always a wonderful, nurturing, calming place to be, in knowing that everything is within Spirit's control. So I love this as a really reinforcing message from that up there too, because that's about the emotions of feeling nurtured, feeling encompassed, feeling embraced, with that. And then you have the Nine of Wands, and this card is about not giving up. So this also fits in with this hope message that was coming in here about, you've been through a lot. The wands are really about the fire inside, our drive, our ambition, just our inner power, our inner spirit. And what I love about this card is, sometimes you might feel like there's blocks, and you'll see that this is just right at her knee level, which she can just step right on over it, if she will realize and just hang in there. You've come a long way. It's not time to give up. I know you're getting like it's, this can be feeling blocked, like we're talking about. You might feel like I can't get past this, but just know that it's easier than you think. To get past that. There's a lot of beliefs about overcoming, especially childhood traumas, that was so long ago and I've been carrying it for so long, it's going to take me forever to let it go or move past it, move it out of my path so it's not blocking me anyway. I'm just going to move it. And sometimes we don't want to let go of this pain, the suffering in our lives, because it's become such a big part of us that we're afraid to let it go because we don't know who we would be without it. So if you look at it as not of destroying it and getting rid of it, just here's the flow of freedom and the flow of love and energy in your life, and you're just taking that and just moving it out of that block there. You still have it. You don't have to let go of it. In fact, I don't know if we can ever destroy it and take it out of our memories and our experiences. And we really don't want to, because that's why we came here, to experience everything that we go through in life. Because in doing that, we understand more fully who we really are. So it's moving it to a different direction, and don't give up. It is easier than you think. Page of Cups, yeah, and so this is emotion, moving into the new phase of your life, feeling new emotion, new love for yourself and for others. You can see that in the middle here, you have this little burst of energy coming from the heart, and it's seeing like, okay, here comes the next thing. What I love about this one is it's almost like in the old TVs when you'd be able to have a little switch and it would make the screen, it would go and go and go down this way into a new frame. And so this is the new love that's coming. And you would think, I love the little image of the pig flying, because it's like, I don't think I'll ever be able to love myself or feel that love for others. That day will come when pigs fly, right? And it's like, the day is possible. It is coming. And what I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. So the new love that's coming in for you. Oh yeah. This reminded me of here. You see the little hands together like that. I love that, because it's like we can only love others and accept love for others to the extent that we love ourselves. So if that's this big, then that's the only love that we can give, and the only love we'll allow ourselves to receive from others. And so as our self-love grows, and we remove that, block to the side, that opens that flow to where not only do you feel this beautiful energy from within, that, unconditional love from the Creator and of who you are, but you also get to express that to the world and allow people to express it to you. So I love that. Once we, keep going, because it's going to definitely be worth it. Keep going. It's worth it. And we got the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the King of Pentacles here. So this is the emotional, awareness and feeling nurtured. And then the King of Pentacles is also the mental awareness of it. So this is really about balancing the heart and the mind regarding this as well. That, there's emotional things you can look at and mental things that you can look at with it. I also love just that there's this pairing of both the King and Queen of Pentacles. And that always calls to me the Divine Father, the Divine Mother, the Mother and Father of all things, our Creator. And that's the, just the Creator making their presence known and, saying, I am here, and I'm totally with you, that whole co-creative energy, that saying, I'm always here with you, I'm helping you create your life, and I'm also experiencing it with you, both mind and heart. He knows what's on your mind, he knows your thoughts, he or she, and they also know every emotion you're feeling in your life. So nothing's hidden from them, and they still love you unconditionally. There's no conditions. And that is a comfort of a child. The Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Ghost in the Christian world is really the Father, Divine Father, Spirit. Holy Spirit is the comforter, the nurturer, the Holy Spirit. And then the child, representation was Christ. But the message I've been getting for about a year was that you are the child in your Trinity. And the Creator has the ability to have this relationship with us of the only child. Let that sink in. You don't have to share the Creator with anyone else, because the Creator has the ability to be everywhere at once. Doesn't have to split its time and attention between you and a trillion different souls or more, right? We get to experience as if we're the only child with the Creator. So think about that. And then lastly, Page of Wands. So after you move past this, and the 10 of Wands is like this exhaustion place of I've carried so much for so long, and it's ready to let go. And when you let go, you're like, woohoo! You have this freedom, this Page of Cups and Page of Wands. Pages are also children in the tarot. So again, there's this returning to a childlike love that you can trust, the Mother and Father of all things, and returning to this place of just total freedom and energy, because all that energy you're using to maintain this old stuff, that block of flow, once that thing is moved, you just get this flood of all this energy that just fills you up and flows out of you. You're like, I've never felt so energetic in my life. I don't have to maintain that, holding that in place and protecting that anymore, when we work through and understand and, remove those pieces of our life into this other place that doesn't need, energy to maintain it. Whew, you just do. You feel this huge, huge freedom. So, and then you've got Chakra Love cards here, and so this will be the last cards we pick here. So, Creator, what else would you like Libras to know, please? So I feel that one. Nope. Those. Okay, that one and that one. Okay, last pass. Any others? Okay, no. So since this one flipped over, we'll do that one first. And this one is about just the whole chakra balance and harmony. Harmony makes the song of life sweeter. And I love this, and the crystals that go with that are green jasper, turquoise, and labradorite. I probably mispronounced that. But I love this too, because this looks like like the chaos and moving into the eye of the storm, and being able to balance the chaos of anything that happened in our lives and be able to come into a place that no matter what happens externally, those things are unstable and ever-changing, and really we feel we can't trust those things. And when you come into that eye of the storm, into where you find the trustworthy, the creator, the unconditional love, when you get to be able to go to that point, then you just feel free. The songs are not acid rock, hard rock that are noisy, but it's sweet, gentle, beautiful music. Then you got the heart chakra with connection. Father Divine and Mother Earth make love in your heart. So, like I talked about, they're the ones for the love. And then compassion, heart chakra. Resolve your conflicts with compassion. And I know it's difficult to look back and at things that happened to us when we were younger, and to have compassion for anyone that hurt us, even as adults, right? Let's be honest. But looking back, when I talked about before how if we can step outside of ourselves and go back and look at things and see, if we can see what the higher realms can see of that individual, in fact, when we pass, what individuals who have come to me after they've passed have told me is that the second that they pass to the other side, they understand every choice they made, every emotion they had, every thought, and they can see it all the way back to their birth. That's instantaneously, because the veil's removed and you are fully connected to your higher self and all the information that we know on the other side. Then it's like the next second, and of course there's no time on the other side, so it's like just get all this information. But that's like the first, and then the second thing that happens is everybody you interacted with in your life, and even people you didn't, but especially those you interacted with in your loved ones or those that hurt you or whatever, you get to also experience every thought they had, understand every choice they made, every emotion they felt, and you see their entire life from their birth, even inception in the womb, all the way until their passing. Even if they're not passed yet, you get to see the whole big picture and understand how everything fits into the tapestry. And in those moments, that's why beings of unconditional love have so much compassion, because they see and understand why everything happened and why people act the way they do. And that's that whole by the grace of God go I, it's if I had their life, their childhood, their beliefs, their conditioning, their influences, that's who I would be, because our brains almost all work very similar, right? And so all those things that brought them to be and act the way they did in that moment, they didn't really have any other choice to act any different way, because that's what it was. If they acted out, it's because they didn't have the ability not to. And so that's where this compassion comes in. And please know, it's not about forgiveness is for us. It releases our wrath on other people. It releases our judgment on other people. It doesn't mean we're going to allow anything to happen again, or that we condone it or support it. It's all about the internal release and the opening of the heart and removing that blockage from our own flow of love. to the side to where we can love ourselves more, love others, and receive love. So beautiful, beautiful Libras. Just know every second of every day you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And I love you too. We'll talk to you soon. You take care.